All right. Good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning into another little morning live stream. Today, if you guys are new, so I'm trying to adjust some music. If you guys are new to these streams, what we do in the mornings, we review the overnight price action, see kind of what we can do going into the day, and then yeah, we go from there, and we show you guys possible trade opportunities that we can take. So let's take a gander here. We'll look at some NQ. We'll also look at some stonks that we can see are ripping right now. Let's take a look. Sorry, crypto. Yeah, crypto and futures. So let's take a look here on a higher time frame. What I'm seeing right now is yesterday we had this nice sell-off. It retraced into this weekly OTE, so it hit the 1618 or the 618 of this entire weekly range. We kind of had a nice little bounce, right? We are above this 1550, so trend is quote unquote up still, right? Or we are also looking for bullish setups on any retraces, right? But currently what I'm seeing is rejection of the Sunday open. So that's kind of our line in the sand, right? As long as we keep rejecting this level, this 22,970, we're going to keep on seeing some downside. So we need a nice strong close above this in order for us to see a continuation to the upside to either previous day high, previous week high, or any of those levels up above. Down here, what we got a nice little head and shoulders, or inverse head and shoulders forming, right? You got your shoulder, you got your head, got your shoulder. So I'm kind of watching this to see if this is something that they want to do like this and like this. So looking for possible continuation to the upside from here, right? That's just a maybe, right? We need a nice confirmation with a close above this. We can also come down and retest either the OTE of this range right here, which wouldn't be too bad, this 1618 right here, or we hit the OTE of this range right there, either 1618 or 705 right here. I think this would be a more likely range that we can kind of retest and see what we do from there. That's on our hourly time frame, right? On the 4 hour, kind of swept over here, swept the low right there. If we cannot close above this level right here, then we will probably see a nice continuation to the downside into some of these more defined levels, right? Like maybe a sweep of previous day low before we go do anything. So kind of watching this 4 hour and seeing what they want to do, because we are rejecting the 50% of this right here as well. The CE, GP, the CE right here, right? We are rejecting the 50% of this wick. So it's kind of looking a little groggy right now. So you can see from this 15-minute candle that sell is quite lovely. Maybe they want to take out this London low first before they do any continuation up. So this 22,903.75 is the level to watch. 22,903.75. It's kind of a level, yeah, that we want to keep our eyes on. See maybe what we do. We have this range OTE, this little top right here, and this little bottom right there. So you can see kind of how we are holding this OTE. This initial retrace down, right? We held the 618, had a huge bounce out of it, nice reaction. But now maybe waiting for this to give us the green light, see maybe if there's any buyers that are stepping into this market. I'm going to label this need above for continuation up. So we need above this level, right? That's on the 4 hour. So we need above this because that's that previous 4 hourly. But if we want to keep on selling, then likely some of these liquidities down here, right? We got some of them outlined. We had quite a few overnight. It does look like a little bit like LRLR. So we can see a nice continuation to the downside. You can see how it keeps on going. These cells are pretty nasty. in terms of what we have from our London, from our Asian session interaction, right? New York can likely see a nice continuation or reversal to the downside. If this keeps on consolidating, right, we might see a nice continuation to the upside of this Asian session, right? You got your expansion, consolidation, back into expansion, because we never reverse from consolidation. Watch out for Tuesdays are known to be they're known to be trend days. So whatever direction we start going, look for continuations. So if we go into the upside, let me yawn and stretch. If we are going to the upside, then what we want to look for is probably buying any retracements to the downside, looking for OTEs and things like that. If we're looking for downside, or if we are starting a trend to the downside, then we're looking for any retracements to the upside and kind of looking for OTEs, any order blocks, any sort of PD rate that we can reject off of and enter our shorts on. That's on cue, right? We got a few levels to the upside, like that 22.97750. We got the Asian high. We got this 23.001. That's pretty close with this 23.008 as well up there. To the downside, we got 22.886, which wouldn't be too bad. And we got a few more as well. This like 22.90375 is also a nice level, which I think we might smack here in a second with this hourly close in the next 18 minutes. And that's going to be this right there. So let's see what they do right there. Let's take a look at some cryptos. I think last night we made a post on Alpha. So let's take a gander here on Alpha, what it's doing. So it's kind of on this daily, right? Looking for possibly a trade like this, maybe a tap into here. Already have a small little entry, so maybe at least a retrace up to there, right, on the daily. Some of the favorite ones that I am watching, sorted by the flag. Let's take a look. XL Fart Coin. All right, nice little retrace into this range OTE right here. Holding that 786 previous day low has been cleared and looking to continue up. AAVE. Sweep of previous day low as well, or above that previous day equal. At least maybe to this previous day high and see what they want to do. If they break out, all right, look for those liquidities, to hold and see if we get any rejections. CRV. I know Mr. Haste has been screaming about this one as well. So this one, previous day equal, kind of staying above it. If we keep on staying above it, look for a nice continuation to the upside. Alpha we just discussed, AVE, AI, INJ, nice sweep of that previous day low. Let's see if it wants to give us a continuation to the upside out of this. This fair value gap keeps on holding, right? As long as this fair value gap keeps on holding, we would love to see that continuation to the upside. The only thing is this 4-hour rising or falling 3. If we get a downside move on it, then it's likely gonna move pretty rapidly to the downside. Right now we are getting a little bit of this. We swept this liquidity right here. The 786 has been tapped. Our indicator right here is saying longs are in play. So let's see what they do on that. Let's see. Let's keep on. Yeah. See what we got. Maker looks like it might want to see some upside. But as you can see, all of this is still, we're still in this consolidation period, right? So we're a little bit of a range bound right now. So if we get upside, but yeah, if we sweep external liquidities to the downside, then look for internal liquidity or external liquidities to the upside. Just kind of play in this range, right? You can see how we're in the box right now. we got this box right now, right there, right? So just stay with it, see what it wants to do. Porta, that's on a lot of these names. SGX Super doesn't look too terrible for continuation. All right. Actually, I'd love to see a continuation on this one. Continuation to the upside, because it's holding this trend line right there, so that wouldn't be too terrible. Let's see, Uni's seeing that solid pop above the CISD, and we can definitely come take these blunt tops right there. And you can see right now over here, if you want to take a trade from B, like this, like that, maybe come up over here like this, right? You can even take a late entry. I'm not a fan of this 15-minute, the way it's still inside. This hourly is still a little weird to me. But this is, if you want to just kind of try something out, see how it will do for you. Could just be retracing into these fair value gaps, right? Before we continue to the downside. Whiff is okay. XVSCRX. But, well, yeah, everything keeps on holding these fair value gaps. So that's the good thing, right? As long as we keep holding these fair value gaps, we will likely see a nice continuation to the upside. 0x might actually take some 0x. Almost partially does feel like they want to still flush some people out with like a nasty move to the downside. But we will see. In terms of structure, the daily fair value gap is really nice. So I'm liking that. AXL. Swept that previous day low. AXL. LPT, I'm still looking for a pop. Fart. Yeah, Fart looks good. IOTA looks good. Jupe, LTC, MNT. I'm liking the way that we're holding this right there. MNT, everybody has seen that 3-month chart. That's what we were looking for on MNT. Let's see, near is looking like it wants to continue up as well. Prom, a little retrace down on it with that nasty candle. Sheeb, solid continuation. Bonk, similar thing. Swept that previous day high. Just don't want to see it below that previous day low. Looks like NQ might want something in terms of upside. Ape. AVAX, that previous day low sweep. Nice continuation, right? A lot of these keep on holding this fair value gap, so not sure that should be looking for short square yet. Whoa, what the fuck? CRO. Alright, that's cool. That's cool too. That's cool. CRO, whatever. Doge. .ENS. FET. Phil. HNT. IMX. IMX. I think I had something on IMX. Unless we've sold out of that one. I think we sold out of IMX. Yeah. Jasmine still looking decent. KSM Link break this trend line. We see a nice continuation. LPT still playing this animal. Want to see if that plays out, gives us anything. Right, mobile. Let's see, Maria. Popcat, still looking for that animal to play out as well. SCA, SEI. Yeah, and look at this, right? We hit pretty close to that fair value gap in this 15-minute. So it's kind of still rejecting to the downside on these. UMA doesn't look bad. I just don't like that we've displaced this fair value gap on it. VET. Nice previous day low sweep. To see if we continuation to the upside. All right. And then, yeah, well, that'll probably do it for today. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you for tuning in. Thanks for checking us out. As always, make sure you guys are following at Hayes Beats. Phenomenal guy, phenomenal trader. Let's get him to 3,000 followers. We'll do a nice little giveaway of a lifetime membership for the paper traders. If we get me to 1,000 followers, we'll do the same thing. You have to just make sure you retweet that post on my page in order to get entry. Make sure you guys check out the website. That's www.papertraders.io. It's the best place to go to and stay updated with us and what we are doing in terms of the community, as well as at the Paper Traders on Twitter. Make sure you turn on those post notifications on that website. If you scroll down to the bottom of the page, you'll see a nice little playlist or a nice little YouTube button. You press that, takes you to a playlist that has all of our previous streams on there. Make sure you guys check that out. Will be the best way to check our track record, see how we've done in the past, see how we're doing right now, right? Make sure you guys also check out Blowfin. That's at Blowfin Official or Blowfin on that's on Twitter. If you guys, that's what we were using to trade these per pairs, right? All of these pairs, that's what we were using to trade. So make sure you guys check them out. That is the best way. I don't know. Bake doesn't look terrible. Kind of took a little heater on it earlier. But yeah, let's see. Let's check them out. If you guys want to check us out, as always, do that. And we stream twice a day, so we'll be back later tonight. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you for hanging out with us. Love y'all. Peace out.